Hey guys, Tapdog here once again in the same outfit from my last video. Who would have thought? Nothing's changed here because I recorded this back to back. So we're going to go into the space event and see what we can do. So I'm on tier 18. I went home for the weekend, so I haven't got to play this. Otherwise, I'd be on tier 20. But wanted to kind of just give you guys an update, show you where I'm at with the account, give you a little progress check. So things are going well overall here. Can't complain. Doing a good job on the beating levels, beating the bosses. I'm getting to the point where this is now the end of my very first rotation in the events. For some of you, it might be maybe this is your first one or this is your fifth one. You know, because of how events work now, not everyone does the events in the intended order like I did. But you should be at the point where you're getting all your gold combo cards by now. If you're not, start this whole series over again from the beginning. I have them all linked together in one playlist, so find where you are at. Even though space is my 10th event, you know, for you this might be your first event. So go find my very first event and watch from there to see what your account should look like, where you should be, what your deck should be feeling like. That way you don't have to feel like, oh no, he's already got all these fused cards and I'm nowhere near that. And that's because this is my 10th event, and you might be on your second, third, fourth, you know. So I just want to remind people that there are plenty of events on here, and they're not all necessarily done in the same order that I'm doing them. So make sure you take the time to find out which event you're currently on and what number that is in terms of your how many events you've done so far. So again, once you get to tier 18, that's the hardest the boss becomes. There is one more, I think, or maybe even two more levels of health increases for the boss, but in terms of the combos that they make, how strong those combos will be, it stops at tier 18. So if you can beat the boss at 18, you could theoretically beat them for the remainder of the battles that they put forth in front of you. But I don't think I've lost a battle against a boss for a couple of events now. And if I did, it'd be like, you know, something really weird happened where I ran out of cards or not ran out of cards, didn't have a combo or something weird would have happened. It's not something that would naturally happen. So once round 18 is done, the boss's energy level goes up to 8. I've mentioned this before, but 8 is the maximum energy that's spent on this. It does take about 6 real days to play through the whole event. Now you'll see on there that it says 3 days left usually when you finish, but you have to remember it counts in 24-hour increments, so it's actually 3 days and 20 some odd hours that are left on your screen. It just doesn't show that. So when you see 3 days left or 2 days left, just know it's 1 day more than what you're seeing until you see the countdown for the last 24 hours. That's when you know you're actually on the last day of an event. Okay, so tier 18's completed. Got some more gold there. Now you can see the battle pers up to 8. So that means his health increased, I believe, or Ella's health increased. But that is that. I want to go to arena real quick because I've got like 5 minutes left in my day before the arena resets. So I want to get this in for a win here, hopefully. We'll battle Chief and see how this goes. I'll keep this hand. It's not ideal. I'm actually going to play a little bit safer there. Yeah, Chief has got some diamond combos here, so that's always they start with their best combo first, and so I hope that the second combo will be better, but that one was just as bad. Let's see. Oh man, Chief looks like they might have spent some money on this game. I wouldn't have thought that though because of the profile photo and the amount of health that they had, but you never know. You should hopefully be noticing there's less cheaters in the game. Is that the right term I should use? Yeah. Oh, I still beat Chief, so that's good. They were able to update the game and get a lot of them out of the system, so that's a good sign. But, okay, so won some stars. I'm down to 4,200 for my rank now. I'm going to push back here because I wanted to get that in before the day started. I got 5 minutes left before the the day reset. In terms of the armory, I've got about 690 dark orbs there, as you can see. My next health upgrade, though, is 500, and I want to keep at least 400 dark orbs at all times for tiebreaker, so that's why I have not purchased my next health upgrade. You might be wondering, what is Quick Learner here? Quick Learner is a skill that basically will increase the amount of experience you get when you play against your opponents. For this one, I believe it gives you 10 or 20% more experience, and then it just goes up again. So if it's 10, 20, 30, or 20, 40, 60, I think it's 20, 40, 60. So level 1, you get 20% increase. Level 2, it's a 40% total. And then level 3 is a 60% total increase for your experience that you get. So the idea with that one would be you're able to level up faster, so you get to play more turns potentially. It's not the best in terms of gold per battle, though. Greed is still by far the best one. So if you're needing dust, the best dust per energy is going to be via greed. Although there are sometimes quick learner could be useful, it's just not as efficient as greed. And in my mind, it's actually harder to win using quick learner versus greed. You might get your opponent's health down faster, but when you get to some of the harder bosses, you need to use greed in order to survive, because they might use critical strike cards or cards that can deal a lot of damage to you. So my daily reminder for you, do not buy any of these boosters. They're not worth the value there. They are a scam, so do not buy them. And if you need dust, just wait and spend time farming Dr. Robo or do your event. Don't waste them on that. Going back to my deck here, I'm going to sort this alphabetically real quick. So I wanted to show off, I've got my bear card here. I had this happen once again, so I wanted to talk about it once again. Sometimes when you fuse cards in your deck, you might get a phantom card that appears here. So you can notice I've got one fused chinchilla and one level 5 chinchilla. But if I go to my actual card list here and sort this alphabetically and look up chinchilla, you'll see I've actually only got a fused one, a level 3, a level 1, and a level 1. So if you do have this happen to you, what you should do is go to your deck and just remove that card from your deck. It will no longer be there. It'll be good. You might have to go to your home page, then go back to edit deck, and you won't see it down here in your library. So if I go alphabetically here, look it up, you'll see it is no longer there. So it's a phantom card that doesn't really break your game, but it's kind of a dishonest way to play because you're got an extra card that you shouldn't really have. And you'll know that because when you try to upgrade that level 5 card, it won't exist anymore. So I do have another card here. This is the Prehistoric. Now this is a real one. I'm actually working. This is my next card I'm going to level up is Prehistoric. Get 2 of them to level 5 and fuse it. So that's why that looks like that. And then I've just got a couple more cards to fuse in here. As you can see, my deck's still at above the 35 number. I had to add in a couple more silver cards because I had, as I fused, I started dropping down more and more, and I finally got to 35 cards. So I added in these extra unfused silver cards that need to be fused, obviously. But I still have to add space. That's the card I'm working on right now in terms of research. Got a couple that I just started before this video was starting to be filmed. But let me go to my archive. I'll show you how many researches I've done for it so far. Not too many. I started 3. So I've got a ways to go. To give you another example, Life I just finished researching and it's got 23 combos learned. So that's a far better spot to be in. Or a card like Magic has even more, 24. Knowledge is at 24, Knight's at 20, so roughly that's how many combos most of my cards I have, about 20 or so. So it takes about a week or maybe a little bit longer to research a card with where I'm at currently. As you get more cards, you'll have more that need to be researched and done. In my last video that just went up before this one, I did get a new gold combo card, and that is going to be Bird, so I want to make sure I put that in a deck slot so I don't accidentally lose it or recycle it. So now that's in here. When I finish space research, I'll probably start on Bird, and then I'll work on Monster after that. Only because a premium gold card like Bird is going to make a lot more decent combos with my deck. And you'll find the same thing is true when you start getting gold and potentially Onyx cards from the Onyx Goblin, that those cards, the premium cards, tend to have more combos, better combos, stronger combos than the Portal combo cards. That's just how the original creators of the game decided to do things, and unfortunate, but it'll probably make, when you start doing your deck editing and deck working and figuring out how that all does, it'll make that a little bit of a priority is whatever your premium cards are, to focus those on your deck building and work around those. All right, I believe the timer just reset for the day, so let's see what my new goblin is. It looks like I got a bronze, so we'll fight that real quick, and then I'll do another battle in the arena. That'll be about it. Now, goblins are very easy to beat. When you first start out the game, though, they can be tough, but usually for me now it's 1 or 2 turns and they're done. Or maybe 3 turns if I get an unlucky hand or it's a healing one or something. But there we go. We got that done. Let's go to Arena and get our battle in here. So again, when I'm looking at my opponents, I first look at their health. So this guy's out because he has so much more health than me. I think I've got 34 health. So it's between these two guys. And I can't remember what this means, so I'm gonna go with Bastich here. Bastish, that's a hard name to say. I hope for the best. I'm gonna redraw. It's not that greatest of a hand. The best combo I can make is with Poison and Wizard to make it 21-15. So I'm gonna redraw and hope for some gold cards. Oh, we lucked out. We got 2 gold cards here. So I'll start with this one. And again, normally the first combo card that is played by your opponent is their strongest one they can play. So I could do this one, but I'm going to opt for this option here just to keep myself a little bit safer, and that was a good call. I believe Undead and Void is probably my best combo out of my hand here. Oof. Well, I beat them, but it's a tie, unfortunately. Just an exact tie. So we'll try another boss. Again, ties are better than losing. You don't lose any stars with a tie. Alright, so this guy is in Diamond. I think that's Diamond 2. This guy has beaten Charles, which is a pretty strong boss. He's gotten him all the way to Gold Mastery. And then this guy that's a gold. So he's probably going to be the best option of the 3, but I'm gonna, yeah, I'll do him. I was trying to decide between him and the other guy. The other guy has less health, but I don't know. We'll see. Oh, that was a good call. JC Boom did not have a good first starting hand there. And I might be able to do a 2-turn squeak out. No, okay, he got a good, decent second hand there. But all I have to do is a high defensive combo. I want to see if I have anything higher than that. And I do, so I'm going to play this. And that should beat him. There we go. We defeated JC Boom. Get some lovely gold there. Get our rank up a little bit. And then we'll also get our daily login there, which is what I was hoping for. Wanted to sneak that in before the day reset on this video. So, yeah. Go back to our portal event here. Now, there's something important. I have not been able to get very many keys. I think I just have 1 key so far. Yeah, I just have 1 portal key from these events. But if you've been playing for a while, you might have a handful of them and be wondering, how should I use them? When should I use them? Why or what's the purpose of them? Well, you use them to unlock treasures in here, and you might have made a mistake and used them as soon as you get them. If that's the case, I'm sorry. Stop. Save them. You actually want to save these until you have at least 20, but closer to 30 is better. Well, 28 is ideal. And the reason why is because there's these packs here, these treasure chests, have rewards in them, and you can see the whole pool of rewards here. Each event has their own set of rewards that you can win, and some of them are pretty nice, pretty good ones, like you can get the boss card here, Ella, or you can get a bunch of different Diamond Final Form cards that you see listed here. You'll notice all of them are only 1 copy of the card, right? But then when you get to the Gold Final Form cards here, which are the ones you can get for free from playing the event, well, at least Dr. Jekyll and Mummy are cards you can get from playing the event. Those you can actually get 2 copies of, so you're more likely to get these since there's 2 copies of them versus the Diamond cards because there's only 1 copy of each of those. Then you can also win the event card, which in this case is a monster. You can win 2 extra copies from here. But then the other big thing that you can earn are these booster cards. I think Upgrade Booster, this one is worth 24, and I think that one's worth 48 dust. So you can win up to 4 of each of those. So when do you spend your keys? Well, you actually do spend it on the event that I'm on right now, the monster event against Ella here. And there's one specific card you want. So you want to save till you have at least 20, but preferably 28 keys, which means roughly 2 to 2.5 events worth of saving. And then you start purchasing these, and you stop once you get this Monster Slayer card here. This 19 attack, 4 defense card. This is the card that you want. Now, you might get lucky and pull it on the first hand, or you might get it within the first 5 or 10. Once you get it, stop. Do not buy any more. Save your keys. The next time the event comes around, this whole entire treasure chest gets reset, so your purchase history goes away, and then you can reinvest and buy for the Monster Slayer card once again. Once you have at least 28 cards, because there's 28 prizes in here. You can see it says 0 out of 28 chests opened. Why do you want this card? Well, Monster Slayer is probably the best free card that you can get from any of the events. It is a critical strike card, and when it is fully leveled up, it has 35 attack and 20 defense. And critical strike cards double the attack, so it actually goes up to 70 attack, 20 defense. It is one of the top 5 or so critical strike cards in the game, and you can get it for free from this event. Now, if you somehow already have 6 copies of this, which means you fused them, and you now have 3 fused copies, the next event that you might want to look at is kind of your choice. You can look at the first event, the bear event, because the Anna card is in that event, and that's the boss's name. She has a 32 attack, 28 defense critical strike. Statistically, she's tied with Sniper as the best critical strike card in game, but because her attack's so low, she doesn't do as much damage. But because her defense is so high, she blocks a lot more. So she's kind of more of a defensive choice for a critical strike card, but she's still another good top choice. Your other option you can choose is in the Lucy Energy event and in the Albert Science card event. Both of those has Laser in its event chest to purchase, and that is another critical strike card. I think it's a 34 attack, 18 defense, so not as strong as Monster Slayer, but it is the second highest attack level card that you can get from the events. So again, your top priority is the monster event, going for Monster Slayer. Then you can choose between Anna or the Laser card. After that, you're going to be 5-6 years into the game. You probably won't need any of these cards anyway, but this is the top one you go for. Wait till you have at least 28 keys before investing in it, and it might take you a lot longer. I would probably have half or more of these keys if I actually had enough time to play this deck, but with Tap Dog and Underdog, I don't have enough time for this third dog account to play it enough to get it. You do get at least 1 free key every set of 10, because the Anna event gives you 1 key at the start, and my hope is they will one day change the rewards you get from actually playing the rounds to have more of the portal keys included, because right now the only portal key you get from each event is at the end with 140 wins, and I'd like to see it maybe happen in a different way. Maybe every 7th kill or something you get another key, so 7, 14, and 21 and 28 or something like that. I don't know. Maybe that's too many, but I think 1 key per event is just too slow to be able to get enough keys to actually use them in a good way without having to lotto. So, anywho, that is the monster event, and that's kind of the end of my first 10 events. Now, I am going to continue on because I want to show you guys what to do when you start your second round of events, how to decide which cards you fuse from the gold combo cards, which ones you keep unfused, and I felt like the best way to do that is to do a second round of these, so I will be doing that in the near future. But yeah, with that being said, I think that's going to be doing it for now. If you do have any questions, put them in the comments below. I like to answer those as best I can, and then if you have comment or questions in between, you can always join our Discord. It's there to help answer questions. We got a huge FAQ section that's got hundreds of questions answered in it, and be happy to be able to give you some more advice. All right, but with that being said, I do hope you have a good rest of your day. Take care.